Welcome. This presentation is all about everything you need to know about cremation by Affordable Cremations, Sydney. As society has progressed, the customs surrounding end-of-life have changed too. Recently, more families are selecting cremation over burial due to its affordability and various ways to pay tribute to the deceased. Although it is a challenging choice, understanding the procedure and advantages of cremation can alleviate some cases. This article explores the cremation process, as well as the benefits that families can obtain. If you are thinking of cremation for yourself or a loved one, read on to gain further insight. How cremation works. Cremation is disposing of a deceased person's body through high-temperature burning until only the remains or ashes are left behind. By understanding the process, families can better understand what happens during cremation and make informed decisions about end-of-life arrangements. It normally takes 2 to 3 hours and can differ depending on the person's size and weight. Specialized equipment and facilities are used in a controlled manner to ensure a secure and respectful process. The body must be identified before the cremation can start, and the funeral director or crematory manager will take care of the necessary papers afterward. Medical devices and extraneous things, such as pacemakers, will be removed from the body to protect the cremation equipment. It is also placed in a cremation chamber after the necessary paperwork is finished and the body is prepared. To fend off the strong heat produced by the flames, the chamber is lined with high-temperature and heat-resistant bricks. Up to 2000 degrees Fahrenheit can be experienced inside the chamber. The body is exposed to flames as the chamber gets hotter, breaking into smaller pieces that eventually become ashes. The container containing the ashes is then removed from the family and filled with them. Equipment and facilities used in the cremation process include A. The cremation chamber or retort. B. A hydraulic lift table. C. A pulverized machine. D. A container or urn. The retort is the main component of the cremation equipment, and is where the body is placed for cremation. The lift table is used to move the body into the chamber and out of the chamber once the cremation process is complete. The pulverized machine breaks down any larger bone fragments after the cremation process. The process reduces the fragments into a fine powder added to the ashes. The ashes and powder are then collected and placed into a container or urn of the family's choosing. Cremation costs. Funeral expenses vary based on different factors. Usually, cremation costs less than a traditional burial. The latter can be expensive and range from $7,000 to $10,000, depending on the location and the services you opt for. In contrast, cremation may cost between $1,000 to $5,000, depending on your and your family's choices. The price of cremation depends on how the family prefers to honor their loved one. The most economical choice is direct cremation, which doesn't involve any extra events and may cost between $1,000 and $2,000. However, the cost will rise if the family chooses a memorial ceremony. Additionally, other expenses like visitation, funeral service, urn, and location may influence the final cost of cremation. Location. Cremation costs can vary depending on the location and the crematory chosen. Cremation container. Depending on the crematory's policies, a family may need to purchase a cremation container or casket, which can increase the cremation cost. Time frame. Some crematories charge additional fees for expedited or rush services. Additional services or merchandise. Families may add additional services, such as a keepsake urn or cremation jewelry. Families must think carefully about their options and budget when planning end-of-life arrangements. Choosing cremation may save money, but knowing the factors affecting the final cost is essential. By gaining this understanding, families can make informed choices that respect their loved ones while keeping within their budget. Top 3 benefits of cremation. 1. Environmental benefits of cremation. 2. Flexibility and convenience of cremation. 3. Options for memorializing loved ones after cremation. Religious and cultural considerations. Christianity. In Christianity, different denominations have varying stances on cremation versus traditional burial. Some permit cremation, while others prefer the latter. The Catholic Church now allows for cremation, but has established specific guidelines for treating the body and handling the ashes. Islamic. According to most Islamic schools of thought, cremation is not allowed and is deemed the wrong way to handle the deceased body. Buddhism. It is a common practice to cremate the body, as it is believed that this helps free the soul from its physical form, allowing it to achieve enlightenment. Hinduism. Cremation is a common practice in Hinduism that is thought to release the soul from the body, allowing it to begin a new life cycle. Judaism. Jewish tradition dictates that cremation should be avoided as it goes against the belief that the body must be preserved and not destroyed. Researching and understanding the beliefs and practices within one's own religious or cultural community is important. Families who choose cremation should ensure they align with their beliefs and practices. They can consult a religious leader or cultural expert with questions or concerns. Families can also consider incorporating traditional rituals or symbols into cremation to honor their religious or cultural beliefs. For example, incorporating religious music or prayers during a cremation service. In addition, families can make arrangements for the deceased's ashes to be placed in a specific location or setting that is meaningful to their cultural or religious tradition. Planning for cremation. 1. Pre-planning cremation services. It is advantageous to plan for cremation services because it allows individuals to consider and make informed decisions about their end-of-life arrangements carefully. It can help reduce the emotional and financial burden on family members during the difficult time of mourning. 2. Legal requirements for cremation. Each state has its legal requirements regarding cremation intended to ensure public health and safety. For example, some states need a waiting period before cremation can take place, while others require the use of a cremation container for the cremation process. 3. Choosing a cremation provider. Choosing a reputable and trustworthy one is critical. Families should research and compare different providers, evaluate their services and costs, and read reviews from other families. Choosing a licensed, experienced provider that follows industry standards and regulations is particularly important. 4. Consider different service options. There are different cremation service options that families can consider, including direct cremation, the most affordable option, traditional cremation services with visitation and a funeral ceremony, or a celebration of life gathering. Families can work with the cremation provider to customize the services to meet their needs and preferences. 5. Consider memorialization options. With cremation, more memorialization options are available to families than a traditional burial. It includes scattering the ashes in a meaningful location, keeping the ashes in a special urn or another container, or creating keepsake jewelry with a small amount of the ashes. Families must consider their options and choose what best honors their loved one's memory. This is the end of this presentation. For more information, questions and inquiries, you can visit our website. Affordable Cremations, Sydney. https://www.affordablecremationssydney.com.au. Thank you.